Fade in.
Greetings, fellow beings. Welcome to Friday, TGIF indeed. This is the Friday Preflight number 142. That's right. We've done this 142 times. Actually, I think 4 more than that. They weren't numbered because I was actually on the road doing something else. So they were like live from, I don't know, Dallas or San Antonio or whatever. But in the spirit of things, it's 142 of these proper episodes done from right here in this chair in this studio. And I just want to say I'm grateful to each and every one of you. And as the show builds up, because I did go early, I just want to say thanks. Your support means everything to me. If you're watching it live on the replay, if you're enjoying it on Rumble, Odyssey, Minds, Twitter, or here on YouTube, I appreciate you. I thank you. We've got a lot of stories we could get through. I've got maybe an hour to 90 minutes worth of material easy. I have a bottle here, which has my my water with it, with a little bit of flavoring today. We've got a little bit of orange flavoring in here. And I'll be good to go as long as this lasts. So hopefully it lasts for a while. All right. A sip of water for the working man. Let's get underway, shall we? Let's say hi to each and every one of you who are here nice and early, which I appreciate. I probably should have started immediately after Midnight's Edge in the Morning ended, but hey, I didn't. SFX314 Sabretooth Raptor is here, as is Radioactive. We've got D. Bud Martin, the Weatherman, and of course, Captain Phantom Nerd. The lovely Sherry is here. Lovely indeed. She keeps updating that picture. It's great. Evil Ramen is in the house. Think some of my family want to see Indy 5. Hope whatever theater we pick has a good bar. You'll need it. You will need it. Shrap 3D asks a good question. Is it July yet? Yes, in parts of the world, they are now experiencing July. It doesn't seem like it's a lot different than now. Just a change of the month. Maybe a change of whatever celebration we are artificially supporting right now. But I appreciate that you guys got here early. We got Darren Hughes in the house. Appreciate that. There's the Red Ranger. I just got back from getting some meat at the local farm. I got a lot of steaks, so I'm happy. That sounds great. Coach O Dragon is here. Good to see you, my friend. And let's see. Who else popped? Saltzilla's here. We got Mad About Hatter. I love that. Let's see who else rolled in the door. Commander Ed Straker of Shadow, TGIF indeed. Will Bat Tom make an appearance? Tom is running errands. I don't know about Bat Tom. I don't really know. Let's see. Mrs. Flu is here, says, hey, hi, hello, sir. Well, hey, hi, hello to you, Mrs. Flu. Man of War, 665, the neighbor of the beast. Good to see you, my friend. I hope you and your lovely lady are doing well. DS Ford is in the house. There's the lovely Tina Beebe. Love seeing you. We'll be listening in the background. Glad you're surviving these terrible movies. Happy Friday and a great weekend to everyone. Well, I'm so glad that you're here, dear. I love it to know that you're out there listening. So I hope you're doing well, recovering well. Shrap, I'm with you. Steak sounds good. Loaded potato. Oof. Sounds really, really good. There we go. Live from Canada. It's Lord Thoth. Great to see you, my friend. And Morgan King is in the house. All right. I'm sure we'll add folks as we go, but let's get going. We've got some stories that I think you're going to hear, but I like to do them and bring them all together. We got Rob Altus out there. Glad to spend my birthday enjoying my favorites. Happy birthday, Rob Altus. Ladies and gentlemen, cakes all around for Rob Altus. I'm not bad, Tom, but I'll do it. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Rob Altus. Happy birthday to you. And there you go. Read by Nature's in the house. Yeknomino. What's going on? Yeknomino. I'm getting hungry. There you go. All right. We got to get at it. So we got stories I want to try to link together, but I'm going to start with one that won't link because it's a weird thing. I'm starting to see a lot of shifting positions in Hollywood from people realizing that they're self-axing themselves out of a future if they support these narratives like they do. Seriously. You have Gal Gadot coming out in an article from Bounding Into Comics. J.B. Augustine came up with this one. Says Wonder Woman actress Gal Gadot expresses skepticism of gender swapping characters and acknowledges the differences between men and women. Holy cow. Danger, Will Robinson. Danger. She could be in a lot of trouble. Oh, here we go. Wonder Woman actress and action star Gal Gadot, however you want to say it, seemed to take a swipe at the prevalent phenomenon of gender swapping characters in modern Hollywood films. This is happening more and more and in the action genre, and in particular in major franchises on both TV and cinema. Gadot, to her credit, has largely avoided this trend by seeking out original badass roles. True story. Here we go. Okay. Beyond playing the ultimate original trailblazing super strong superhero, Diana Prince, the model turned actress has held her own in the Fast series, true story, and in Netflix's Red Notice. She continues her working arrangement with the streaming powerhouse in the new thriller Heart of Stone, which carries on her search for tough female roles that don't require changing an existing story. She says, and I quote, I wanted to show a great story about a female character who is doing it in the action genre, right? She is thriving, but at the same time, how many times have we just switched gender? Gadot explained to Total Film via the website Hollywood in Toto, which is awesome. Questioning the practice and leaning into the befuddlement of it all. Yeah, I'm befuddled. We are all quite befuddled. And she goes on. They take a story that is all about men and they just change it to a woman and then they go shoot it, she continued. As she did, she acknowledged differences between genders. To me, it was so important in the DNA of Heart of Stone, a little different because men and women are different. They're built differently. They operate differently. Woohoo! Careful. Hollywood probably won't take heed of Gadot's remarks there or give them a second thought unless they plan on canceling her, as has been suggested in the chat, I see by many of you. In fact, they are doubling down on the Kathleen Kennedy Star Wars strategy with Indiana Jones and the Dial of Dysentery, which is in theaters this week to put a supporting cast member, Phoebe Waller-Bridge, in a strange position. Yeah. Depending upon how the sequel ends, Waller-Bridge will allegedly be situated in such a way that it puts the hat and whip within her reach. Producer Kennedy and director James Mangold, which I'm now going to refer to as Mangelded may retcon and replace Indy or simply open the door for Waller-Bridge's brand new character to spin off into her own adventures. That's probably what they'll try to do, and then it's going to flop tremendously. As you know, fans are not pleased with the prospect hanging over everything. Look at that. Look at that. Well done, JB Augustine. Well done. Well, she's likely going to get people coming after her for that one, to be fair. And at least she's pointing out the same problems we have with the situation. But she's not alone. We've seen some people slowly coming out to do that. Radioactive says specifically that Gal Gadot blacklisted in 3-2-1, possibly. Jay was so upset at the screening of Dial with tears in his eyes, he threw down his fedora and stomped on it. Well, I don't know. I didn't get to witness that. That's crazy. Hey, Mavis, great to see you. Thanks for being here. But it is weird. Unlimited Power joins us. Actually, technically, it's public domain. They could bill me if they want to. What are they going to get? 13 cents? I don't know. Anyway. And Evil Ramen makes a statement that I agree with. We'll eventually see a period of dumping the woke, but pretending they're not dumping the woke. It's already happening. Not to mention the fact that Larry Ratfink over at BlackRock is desperately trying to avoid using ESG and kind of indicating they're dumping it. That's baloney sausage. The thing is they're at great risk right now. If you get large sentiments changing in this country and the right people in positions of power, they won't be able to have a social credit score for businesses and banks that they can influence. In fact, I think we need some financial institutional management shifts in order to prevent what's happening with BlackRock and all these other entities happening soon enough. They're also really sketchy, and there's a lot of dark pool money trading going on at the hedge fund level that's just disgusting. That needs to be stopped as well, and everybody involved should be fined. Jen has gifted 5 Culture Casino memberships. Thank you so very much, Jen. That is wonderfully generous. I do appreciate it. You get a thank you thing. I have a thank you thing. You want the new thank you thing? Yeah, let's do the new thank you thing. We'll do the new thank you thing.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for exposing how much you love Culture Casino.
All right. Fair enough. Jen is very befuddled. Jen has the coolest picture. Look at that sunset. Jealousy. Mad Capper's here. Oh, Jen liked it. Very good. Okay. Fair enough. Brendan Meyer says, thank you. Oh, Brendan Meyer, I got your note about the audio in the last video. That's my fault. I think I didn't have the mic pointed at myself directly, and it's quite possible it could have been coming through the camera, so it wasn't quite as crisp. I apologize. We'll do better in the future. Hey, Carlos Alfredo Lopez is here. Great to see you, my friend. Executive producer Sol Leibowitz is in the house. So is E. Clay Thomason. And a few other folks rolled in the door. But thank you very much, Jen. That was generous, and I know everybody who got a membership really appreciate it. My good friend Unlimited Power says, I'm watching a Lego Batman movie for like the 10th time. Yes. Sometimes entertainment is good, and you rewatch it. And sometimes it's terrible, and you wonder why you watched it. That's how I left Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destruction yesterday, to be fair. Trying to figure out another D word. There's my friend Hemorrhoid Hurts live from, Australia. Slept in. Bugger. Well, you're fine. We just got underway. We started a few moments early, too. Hey, Stone Racket is here. Hello there. This is my first Friday pre-fight. Well, welcome, and thank you for bringing the wonderful cat picture. I love kitties. They are awesome. But no, welcome. And a lot of people are still referencing Anna's RRR review. I would tell you right now, that's one of the greatest things I've ever been a part of. I think she was very passionate and eloquent and expressive. And Nina Infinity reposted it. Now, I don't know if she's had the time to edit the entire stream to repost that, but it was 5+ hours long. It was a good time. Black is in the chat. Great to see you. There's Theliato. And awesome one is here. We got Adam. What's up? Lego Batman is great. It is. It is. Zeno the Stoic is here. Hi, Zeno. Great to see you. Or Zeno. Says Indiana Jones and the Wheel of Fortune. Well, yeah. I mean, Harrison Ford could host Wheel of Fortune. Pat Sajak's done with it. Larry, the name's so nice. You say it twice. Larry sends a member chat to say, hi, CC. Well, hi to you, Larry. Saw him this morning hanging out with our buddy Loki's Mornings of Mischief. Maybe Ezra Miller will take over for Gal and Wonder Woman Wonder non-binary person movies. Well, there you go. Didn't Anna de Armas say the same thing when asked about 007? Yes. If I remember correctly, I think very similarly. Almost like they were paraphrasing each other, to be fair. Crazy stuff going on right now. But I thought that would be fun to cover because that's the one that's kind of out of line with the rest of it. All of it's going to kind of fit together. John Gibson, happy Friday to you. Big Raj sends a big super sticker. Thank you, Raj, for a Canadian $1.99. Appreciate that. War Monkey's here. War Monkey. Good to see you. Rogue Thinker is here. Oh, guys. Kennedy's destiny. Well, I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so inside baseball, guys. A little inside baseball. Right now, I think Pro and Jonas are recording a video, or they've already done so, that's going to talk an awful lot about some stuff that's happening inside of Disney, perhaps even inside of Lucasfilm. I would keep yourselves attuned to that because Pro is really getting some great information right now. And so we might have some insight into some things that'll be happening in the near future. So I appreciate what they're able to do and just what their track record is. If you look back, you can't really match the track record of the things that WDW Pro has been doing for a long time. And oftentimes, both his wonderful publication at Park Place and obviously Valiant Renegade and others are cited by the news media. So lots of great things happening there. All right, so on to war. Okay, maybe not war, but I find it interesting that on the cusp of release of the film that we all know is flopping, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Depends diapers, Disney actually got smacked by the financial institutions, or at least one of them. Valiant Renegade covered this morning, but as you can see here, yesterday morning, Disney stock gets a downgrade again. We have our doubts about ESPN and more, they say. And this is coming from KeyBank. They're the ones downgrading the stock. They say they've moved to the sidelines on Disney amid concerns about ESPN's evolution, poor movie debuts and high parks expectations. Yes, because guess what? The parks are no longer the cash cow for the company any longer. They're not drawing as many people. That's not good. So here we go, reading from the article quickly. KeyBank Capital Markets analyst Brandon Dispel sees meaningful uncertainty for Walt Disney Company's stock. One reason he's downgrading the media name. NISPL has various concerns about Disney, including expectations for its parks business seem too high, and the company faces a daunting journey as it contemplates a standalone streaming future for its flagship ESPN service. While, and I quote, this note might call the bottom, we have our doubts. So I don't think it's the bottom. He said he and his team prefer to step aside, acknowledging meaningful uncertainty and wait for further catalysts, as buying the dip has been a losing trade. Whew. Rough. They lowered their rating to sector weight from overweight. That's bad. So within the parks business, NISPL looked at domestic geolocation data for Disney and Universal Theme Park, and he determined some Florida weakness for the first 2 months of the quarter. Meanwhile, Disney World will be compared to a year ago period, which it celebrated its 50th anniversary, which was incredibly overstated because it wasn't celebrating jack. It was terrible. It was the worst it was the worst anniversary I've ever seen in Disney history at their parks, and I've seen a lot of them. So they worry about tough comps. They are not properly reflected in the consensus. So lots of fancy business speak for we don't think Disney's on an upswing anytime soon, because otherwise we'd buy the dip and take advantage, and they're not. Now, I'm not giving you financial advice because, I'm not this guy. I'm not this Nispel guy over there being quoted by MarketWatch. But, I mean, you don't have to be a genius to look at the math going on there. You don't. Mavis, dialysis of destiny. Thank you. I like that one too. Yeah, his name is WDW, Walt Disney World. Yeah, WDW Pro. WDW Pro. He's got a great voice. I always thought I had a good voice, but when I listen to Pro and Valiant, I'm like, oh, man. Oh, well. Stone Racket says, I'm on vacation for another week. I'll be going back to work on July 10th. Well, enjoy your vacation, my friend. Thank you for spending some of it with me right here today. I like your title, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Disappointment. Well, thank you, Darren Hughes. There's my buddy, Brightest Day, who says, thank you, Jen. Thank you, Jen. Here we go. Victor Fontaine says, yeah, the rumors of KK going on a 2-week extended leave and her emails being shut down. Can't wait for confirmation. I don't know for sure that that's what they're doing, but perhaps. Holy cow, Jen just went crazy. Another 10 Culture Casino gifted memberships. Jen, did you mean to do this, or is this phone in your pocket just being generous? My goodness. Thank you so very much. Wow, all names green, kids. You guys are going to make sure that I actually have to render another credits because I have the fresh one. The fresh one's going to play on the stream, and 6 isn't going to be here to see it. But thank you, Jen. That's amazing. Wow. Just, wow. Generosity. Y'all are incredible. I'm going to highlight this and say thank you, Jen. I appreciate your support. In fact, I'm going to do this. I'm going to give you the cheddar one. Thank you for the cheddar.
Oh, man. That's some sweet cheddar. Guys. Yeah.
Thank you once again. Very appreciated. Very generous. Lots of people will enjoy the memberships. Chat go green, says Jen. That's right. Chat go green. Oh, here's a weird thing, right? Okay. So I moderate for a lot of channels, right? And sometimes I'll be listening to shows with my earbuds in when I'm doing projects or, working in the greenhouse or building something or going somewhere, driving places. And if I put my phone in the wrong place while I'm in a chat, because I'm a moderator, I sometimes will like accidentally butt mute people or butt ban people or hip or tech pocket. I mean, just happens. So, but I appreciate the generosity. Thank you very much. You guys are great. Unbelievable. But true story. I've done that a lot, by the way. And then I have to apologize, and then people have to fix it, and then I feel bad. Terrible. I'm not a good mod, guys. I'm not a good mod. Try to be. Anyway, on the news of Disney being downgraded, I thought it was rather interesting that, it was exposed that Kathleen Kennedy was a liar. Not that you didn't know that, but she said that at no time was there ever a plan to do something with James Mangold about Boba Fett, and that the movie has never ever been worked on by James Mangold, suggesting that this thing didn't exist, except small problem. James Mangold, who just worked with Kathleen Kennedy for the Indy film, confirms that he was working on a Boba Fett movie, the Star Wars movie that was going to be borderline rated R. there's going to be a lot to this. And of course, this is from the Best Spin Bulletin. They are pretty solid with their reporting, especially related to Lucasfilm, saying that writer and director of the upcoming film, which is not upcoming anymore, it's out, worked on Boba Fett movie. During a new interview, he shared details on the project. And there you go. So back in 2018, just days before the release of Solo, a Star Wars story, which lost money. Yeah. The Hollywood Reporter exclusively shared that the director of Logan, James Mangold, was set to direct a Boba Fett anthology film for Lucasfilm and Disney, and was co-writing the script alongside Simon Kinberg. Well, there you go. Kathleen Kennedy came out and said that this was never going to happen. Not a good look, KK. Not a good look. And it goes to show you that we're dealing with a lot of people who have no willingness to ever tell the truth. Lots of them. Because they're caught up in a lot of false things in their life, false narratives and all of that. And they do that quite frequently. And, there are many reasons why Indiana Jones, the new film, Indiana Jones 5, and the Dial of Indignity is struggling. And it's because nobody trusts Disney anymore. And by extension, any of the studios and any of their releases. I don't think anybody with a half a brain is not, monitoring what their kids are paying attention to. We're seeing people being more and more concerned with events like, pride things and other stuff that are, and some other things that are making it into their schools. So they're paying closer attention to what their kids are watching. And parents are starting to feel like they can't trust Disney with Disney Plus or anything else because they don't really know what their kids are watching. And I think that trust plays a factor into the fact that on the previews night, that would be last night, the day that I watched the film, Indiana Jones, The Dial of Destiny only rang up $7.2 million. This is less than The Flash, folks. This is very, very bad. Very, very bad. It indicates that this film quite possibly is spot on with its projections that were lower than low. And it could finish under $500 million, which would be a colossal flop. And with the word of mouth it's getting, not a lot of people are going to be inspired to see this film on this quote unquote 5-day holiday weekend. So when you look at this and you see that, it came in at 7.2 million in previews. They had last heard it was somewhere between 6.6 million and 7.5 million. Because that's where previous older skewing action guy comps live, which is not true. The only thing it seemed to be true for was No Time to Die, which released at a different period of time, also at a period where ticket prices were slightly cheaper, and that grossed 6.3 million. So it went on to a 55.2 million opening weekend, and then of course, Fallout made about 6 million. Again, completely different considering 2018 ticket prices were a little cheaper than they are now. So you're putting fewer butts in seats, back to the butt thing, but you're putting fewer high knees in seats now, and it's not showing up in the box office. It's they're just not coming. Nobody's going. And they're expected to gross about 60 to 65 million in 4,500 theaters. So they're touting this second highest stateside opening for the franchise after 2008's. And this is so funny. Crystal Skull had a 5-day open of 151 million, a 3-day of 101. None of these numbers are adjusted for the incredible differences in ticket prices year over year or inflation. This is incredibly disingenuous. This is why I know a lot of people speak quite highly of Anthony D. Alessandro, but he doesn't provide context in his articles, which is why, again, I trust That Park Place, Bounding into Comics, and many others, including Red State. If you want to talk about news and politics, if you're looking for information, these are places like Deadline. This is the high school paper. That's what this is. It's written in one frame of mind, in a very framed manner, borderline yellow journalism at best. Anyway. And I'm not casting shade on him. Maybe this is the demands of the particular publication that he works for. But I do believe that it's disingenuous to not present everything that you possibly can. We got some folks in the chat firing in here. Wait, KK lied again? No way. Anyway, yeah, no, that's one of those moments indeed. Yeah. No. She's not lying. She's telling my truth. Yeah, my truth. There you go. Darth Plato's in the house saying, people want to have their way. The truth gets in the way. I should write a song about that. I think words get in the way quite often. Shrap 3D says, Indiana Jones and the Dial M for murdered. Indeed. I can understand keeping company secrets, but after so many failed projects, you lose credibility, which is one of the reasons why I think that the real critics, are starting to turn around on stuff, especially when it comes to Disney, because their credibility has giant holes in it. And Mangold just killed his credibility. I have no respect for him. I have very little respect left for James Gunn now, with his lies about the greatest superhero film of all time being The Flash. Matt Vader is here. I'm going to be hanging out with him tomorrow on Salty Nerd Podcast. So check that out. I'm going to be doing that in the morning or midday, depending upon where you live in this wonderful country, the United States or Canada. Or for those of you internationally, just check showtimes. It's going to be a lot of fun. Looking forward to that. Less than Flash. Yeah. Dial of Indignity. That's the best one yet. Well, there you go, Hammer 8 Hearts. My review is coming out later today. My editor was busy celebrating his Nan's birthday, and I fully support that. So it'll be coming out later. So because I know Jen was interested last evening. But yeah, I'm very excited to get that out there in the world. I go a little again, the farther I get separated from it, the more angry I get. I will say that during the review that I put together last eve, I was more apathetic because of just how bored I was. It was very uninspired film. Let's just put it in those terms. Dang it, culture. Disney is demanding the world to change for the better. Benign tyranny is benign because, climate change and systematic racism. Lots to fire off there. Speaking of firing off, Mexican Iron Man for $4.99 is saying, didn't get the notification. Clearly, Culture turned off notifications for Mexican high rollers. Sus, especially day after the affirmative action case ruling. Yeah. I'll tell you what, Supreme Court's been hitting some home runs in the last 2 days. I love it when the session ends and you have all these decisions released and you have everybody go, whoa, no, oh, no. Gnashing of teeth, rending of garments. Oof. But thank you, Mexican Iron Man, for the $4.99. You get one of these. You got one of these? Get one of these!
You get to give money to a organization that sends food to children in other countries. You could have given $3 to a bum on the street. But instead, you decided to give $3 to the guy that looks like a bum. Thank you for your generosity.
Thank you for your generosity, Mike. At least you didn't suggest a way to kill me this time. I appreciate that. Rogue Thinker says, I could not criticize KK. She's got lots of producer credit, so she's big time, dude. She's been in the business a while. Sometimes you outstay your welcome or your capability. Seriously. Stone Rack says, oh, please let Indy 5 gross less than 500 million. It could. It really, really could. We were having some wild projections last. If you didn't catch the pro show last night, check it out. I didn't get to stay for the whole thing, but it's something I'll go back and finish the end of because my friends are on there talking about stuff and I missed it. But yeah. Oh, and Pro's review was genius today. I love it. I love that everybody's is suffering these indignities with the dial. Like You shouldn't. Save your money. You could pay for something important. You could take somebody special out to eat. It's so many better ways to spend your money than going to this particular film. And I rarely say don't see something. I'm just going to give you my thoughts, but this would be an incredible waste of your money. Yes. Hey, money means nothing. They need to use freaking ticket stubs, man. I agree. Fewer butts and seats, dude. You're right. I wish we could change the metrics, man. You know what? We should talk about that tomorrow. Write that down. I feel like Ryan Reynolds and Van Wilder. Write that down. Ticket prices are a big reason I don't see a lot of films. It's harsh, man. It's harsh, you know, and oftentimes I'll go make sure I go with somebody else because I like a wall to bounce things against conversationally, especially somebody that's not engaged in what I do here. So it's as normie as you get for me, although somebody that's usually engaged in these franchises. And yesterday I had the benefit of two different minds, and I got some interesting perspectives. And again, I like that. I think the more information you have, the more opinions you hear, they will inform your own. Because I think there are a lot of great arguments out there that I would never have considered when it comes to a lot of this stuff. And for whatever reason, my green screen's not doing great today. So we're going to just go to black. There we go. When I was arrested, I was dressed in black. They brought me down and they took me back. Little Johnny Cash there, sorry. Walt is rolling over on his ice cube. Wow, rough. Comparing it to The Last Crusade when tickets were like $3.89. I'm just telling you, man. I'm telling you. We're 15 years removed from Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Not great. How many of those tickets came from Applebee's? Don't know. They sound like Critical Drinker there. I don't know. I don't care. From what I'm to understand, and this was reported widely by Pro and our good friend Jonas Campbell, that those from a marketing standpoint, that's largely negligible, like maybe $2 million worth, if that. So those receipts aren't going to ring true. Will have a small effect, indeed, but no more so than the marketing campaign budgets that's used to purchase ghost seats, which I can prove. I can take pictures of every auditorium that I'm going to see a theater in, and do that for the entire run of the film, and I should say the entire opening weekend of a film, and show you that there's a pattern of seats being purchased for these things. So, but there you go. Yeah, and I like I said, I mean, this is a conversation for all of us to have, I think, because this is a character that's been in the pop cultural zeitgeist since forever. I mean, I watched these films like from grade school through high school. I was headed to college when the Last Crusade came out. You know, I don't know. Bonkers stuff, though. Bonkers. Yeah, unless word of mouth spreads, and why it would, I have no idea. Well, you're thinking the right way. I can see it making between 350 and 400 million. That's a global number, though, right? Because I'm saying under 500 million global. It's going to sit on a $200 million to $300 million loss. I've been saying that for days. I'm starting to see other people come in with like direct numbers saying, no, this is going to lose $250 million. Like, whoa, okay, I gave a range. You're being a little more aggressive there. And it's quite possible. It's quite possible. Red Ranger says, can't wait for Lucas to buy back Lucasfilm. Gosh, if your words to God's ears, let me tell you. But I'm not certain that will happen. I don't think the Almighty's going to reach down and help out on that. But perhaps. He's all powerful. Hey, what's going on? Release the McCracken. Great to see you, my friend. Robbie, I hope you're doing good. Empress. Nan M is here. Dial in for Nerder. An old SNL reference. There you go. Dial in for Nerder. Indiana Jones dying without dignity. Well, look, this is just not a good way to send out somebody like that. Our titular hero should have been treated better. Let's be fair. Let's be fair. Uncle Remus coming in here with Indiana Jones and the dilapidated diaper of duty. That's right. That's right. The douche of demolition. Holy cow, Joe's atmosphere. That's a large. Bubba Big Daddy Porkins, what's going on? Evil Ramen is here. Harvard stated they will ignore the decision. Many will emulate them, I'd guess. Yeah, and then they're going to find themselves on the business end of a boatload of lawsuits. Yep. Not only that, if I were in government, I would be darn certain that they would be dealing with federal level things that they're going to have to swim under. And not only that, I make sure they got zero financial money from the feds anymore. And then I would investigate all of their oh gosh, what are they called? They're not in oh man, the long-lasting finance mechanic. Come on, Culture figured that out. What was it called? It's not indemnities, but whatever. I'll remember someday. Don't get old, guys. It's rough. Stone Racket has become a member. Welcome to the Gold Club membership. Stone Racket, appreciate that. And to all of you that got gifted memberships, thank you for being here. You guys are amazing. You're amazing. Adam wants Cooking with Culture Casino featuring a Mexican Iron Man. All right, fair enough. You caught it. Yeah, there's a lot of great stuff. We got so many great humans. We can pay for super chats. We can pay for super chats. Huh? I don't know. I know that everybody who's a member gets one member chat a month. It is, believe it or not, no matter what level you are, it's the equivalent of a free $5 super chat because it gives you as many letters as a $5 super chat. So if you are a member, make sure you use that once a month. I'll try to make sure I catch them. I have a lot of great mods that help with that too. Karen Allen looked like a bag lady in diaper of duty. Reminded me of the sadness that Shelley Duvall had just become. Shouldn't have put her in the movie. I think she was brought in at the last moment in the fabled reshoots that are turning out to likely be more than not just a little bit true, but entirely true. Because let me tell you, everything else that leaked on Reddit recently was exactly there. I think she looks good for her age, but I understand that people's perspectives are different there. You can buy a bum a meal at Applebee's and they get a free ticket to Indy. Well, there you go. Hey, Horny Alpha's here. It's been a good day because I haven't watched Dial of Destiny. Okay, well, you saved yourself some suffering. Okay, so let me wrap this up real quick. I'm now coming up on, let's see. I'm about 20 hours removed from the beginning of the film yesterday, and I've gone from apathy to anger. That's not good. That's not good. Yeah. Hey, Jesse's here. Hey, Michael Gonzalez is here. Do you know that do you know who the five horsemen of the KK apocalypse are? Well, anybody that's at Lucasfilm. Oh, and anybody running Disney. Yeah. I don't know. We're getting old, man. Yeah, I know, Matt Fader. Yeah, endowments. Gosh, that was the word I was trying to look for. Yeah, I would be investigating the sources of their endowments and how they are being utilized, and anybody who's had contact with them, to be fair. John Navan says, hi, all. Oh, and YouTube culture. Well, hi to you. Oh, I love that image. That's cool as heck. All right. Morgan King. Morgan King sent me a member chat. Let's see what it is here. Ba-ba-da-ba. But before we get to that one, we have this one from Man of War 665, the neighbor of the beast, 31 months Gold Club member and a good friend. Says I saw Raiders at Fathom events a couple weeks back. Would not deign to corrupt it, nor original trilogy's legacy. Yes. Yes, well stated, my friend. Indeed. Yeah. You don't want to stain the legacy by watching a second of this tribe. Yes, I hear that. Oh, whoa. Pro just uploaded the KK Lucasfilm video. Okay, I will be headed there shortly when we're done. Oh, wait, I got FNT next to watch, but I'll probably do it in between or simultaneously. Be a little polyphasic for the day. I've seen Raiders in the theater twice in the last couple of years. During our theaters retro movie night. It was always a blast. It's a special movie to me. Special to me. Special to me. You guys are all like, I'm gonna go watch this. I'll come back. Fair enough. Fair enough. Cameron reports that it is huge possibility that she has been fired. I don't know. Maybe she took a leave of absence like the marketing folks over at Bud Light. Think that could happen? I don't know. George's plan: buy Lucasfilm for $1 to $2 billion. Fire everybody. Make a new trilogy for $1 billion. Show it only to friends. Laugh. And still be $1 billion ahead. He gave away a lot of that money, by the way. He really did. Yes, endowment. Yeah, I came up with that later, but yeah, brain not working, and I'm way behind in the chat, guys. This is the problem when I get talking and then I did. CultureCasino and the Wave of Wonder. That's right. I have an amazing set of hair follicles. True story. Making beautiful hair for me to donate. Ooh, we're coming up on that. November would be the target date for my next hair donation, folks. Darth Gutierrez is here. Hail to you. Hail to you, my friend. Oh, my goodness. I'm going to have to catch this. The 5 corporate execs sent to clean Lucas Studios out. Wow. I'm going to have to find out what's going on there. But I appreciate that. Thank you for those. Hey, look, it's Passion Paladin saying, I'm not going to hold my breath. I'm not either. But speaking of Destroyer, Bud is a bit pissed today. Oh, boy. Yeah, I've seen some stories around that, to be fair. But all I know is that we are looking at, is this baggage claim on FNT today? I kind of feel like it. I love leading into that show, and I like to talk about the things that they're likely going to talk about. Not only are they going to talk about the current Indiana Jones film, but I think they're going to talk about just all the things Disney now as well. There's just so much news coming out. I wanted to link it all together for you because it doesn't stop there for Disney. No. It's worse and worse. Disney as an entity that controls a whole lot of different entities is imploding. I feel like maybe there was an implosion recently that was fairly catastrophic. Disney's having its own corporate version of it as they cut 20 on-air stars at ESPN. 20 people, big people getting paid lots of money, like Jeff Van Gundy, Max Kellerman, Keyshawn Johnson, Susie Colbert, Jalen Rose, many big names, analysts, front of screen personalities. It's insane. So yeah, at the beginning of the Disney's 3 rounds, Sosa told the Post that at ESPN there would be no sacred cows when letting go of personnel. So this has become apparent on Friday as you end up with all that happening. You're losing Matt Hasselbeck, Todd McShay, basketball analyst LaFonso Ellis. You're losing Ashley Brewer. You're losing Jason Fitz, June Lee, people who know their stuff. So yeah, it's scrapping. The network was scrapping its morning radio show that featured Keenan Johnson and Jay. We knew that was coming, but we didn't know what would happen with them. Kellerman makes in the neighborhood of $5 million a year, while Johnson's in the second year of a 5-round deal for $18 million. Good gravy. Williams has a contract that is up at the end of summer, so it's just convenient parting with him. Wow. So these are more people. This is more than the 7,000 they originally said. I have a feeling that you're going to see people upset about this guy, Pat McAfee. So he's willing to drink the Kool-Aid for the company. So, yeah, ESPN also sent a signal to those with contracts coming up that it plans to be tougher in negotiations, which means, again, it's an easier way to let people go at the end of their contract. But at the same time, they signed this Pat McAfee fella to a 5-year deal of about $85 million for a show that doesn't begin until fall. So they think that McAfee's deal is going to make the network money from day one. No, it won't, because he's going to have to be incredibly filtered and not his, breezy, consciousness, stream of consciousness style of production that he does now. He's going to have to be more polished, and he's going to have to be very careful about the words that he uses. But yeah, they're going to war, folks. And here's something else that I know is coming, and a lot of analysts have started to speculate about. You're seeing Disney staffing at the parks and resorts getting ready to be cut as well, sooner than I thought. I thought they would wait until the end of vacation season, wait till the end of the summer and the early fall. But no, you're going to start seeing that happen sooner than I thought. Thousands of employees from parks and resorts. And I don't know why you would wait. I mean, you're seeing already that they've got major problems at their theme parks. They're not pulling the kinds of bodies that they used to. Universal, they're expanding their business quite substantially. Whew. Wow. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff coming. Disney's in big trouble financially. The cash on hand thing that Jonas brought to the forefront, and Mexican Iron Man talked about at length in that wonderful stream that they did just a couple weeks ago. Yeah, Disney's in big trouble, and they don't have a lot to pull from. And somebody mentioned to me today, and I couldn't find the story to support it, but I believe them. Disney's coming out with re-releasing of classics on the big theater screens for several reasons. They need money. They need money desperately. So be prepared to see re-releases of stuff that people enjoyed in the theaters. Not any of this, reimagined woke garbage tasticness. Not any of the intersectional, wackadoodle stuff that they've been doing to their properties now, which would include Indiana Jones and this, I don't even care anymore. The demented, I don't know. Come up with your own words. I'm hate it. Hey, what's going on, Gregor Muirs? Good to see you, my friend. Hail, Culture Gamblers. That's right. Saw Tim Hayes here, too. There's David Glenn. We got Echo 3. Not fired. We just didn't renew their contract. There you go. According to Coach O'Dragon, the base report from Pro, it sounds like this is a marketing issue regarding how Indy was marketed. Baloney sausage, but maybe. I know it wasn't marketed to the right audience. I know that they haven't done a good job with any things that they own, but we'll see. Christopher Dominguez says, I think Pat McAfee was from WWE. I don't know. Yeah, Evil Ramon's like, layoff at the parks? Dang, yeah, they're coming. It could come sooner than I thought, which is crazy. Man, they're about to rip more out of Imagineering. Well, I probably shouldn't talk about that yet. Anyway, all right. So KK is finally on her way out. No more contract extension. I don't know about that, Vic. I don't know. I haven't watched the story. I won't comment on it until I do, other than to read what y'all are saying in the chat. Yeah. Yeah, and this is the truth. Universal Orlando, here we come. Yeah, all of us are going to be in Universal Orlando. It's coming up. We're going to do a meetup there. There you go. And this is a good question. Where are the people that were cheering Iger's comeback as CEO? I don't know. But here's the weirdest thing, right? Iger put all this stuff in motion before he left. Chapek didn't really have a whole lot of effect at all in the company. He wasn't allowed. Iger was still riding herd as a consultant, and he didn't actually truly get out from over the top of Chapek until there was only about 11 months left for him to exist as the CEO. Seriously, there were only really 11 months that guy had a chance to run the company, and all of it started at the beginning of the year. And where's he at? Gone. Gone. The search for more money, indeed. Bob Iger is now the Agarn from F Troop of company executives. Well, I don't know. Maybe. I thought F Troop was a great show. Indiana Jones and the dog-faced pony soldier. There you go. Does Disney have any more reserves of liquid cash? Okay, so you always look at things in the terms of cash and cash equivalents. If you want to understand that, listen to Valiant Renegade or Mexican Iron Man. I'm not going to be a financial professional. I'm not going to pretend to be one. Just, I take care of what I got, and that's what I do. But I do make commentary in that space. So I'll say this. They have a lot of assets that a lot of people are unfamiliar with. They have a huge real estate portfolio. They have a lot of things that they can leverage to acquire more funding. They also have a treasury of stock that they could release. There's a lot of stuff that could be done here. But all of those moves that they could make in any of those ways is going to harm the company, both short term and long term. And I think that Iger, at the end of his tenure and now at the return, is actually reaping the rewards of some rather short-sighted maneuvers. So, yeah. Yeah, I mean, if this were the moment that Kathleen Kennedy got her exit tour, because that's what it'll be a series of awards and congratulatory stuff and everything else on her way out the door. She's still going to get a consulting deal, and she's still going to appear in credits for as long as whatever she's been vaguely associated with is in circulation. Now, it is a huge mess. You're right, Coach Draga. I mean, what do you end up with? You end up with a Ahsoka Fest, because that's what Filoni's going to give you. Or do you bring in somebody who's competent and clean house? You have to clean house if you're going to do something with Lucasfilm. Holy cow. Okay. Wow, this just adds to it. This just adds to it. Goodness. Hokey smoke, kids. This is fun. Thank you, Uncle Remus, for that. Here we go. Boom shakalaka. Whoo! Disney faces dramatic escalation in $150 million gender discrimination and pay equity suit. Oh. That's not good. Thank you for this, Uncle Remus. I appreciate it very much. Exclusive fireworks might be about to go off at the Walt Disney Company this 4th of July weekend, at least legally. For more than 4 years, for more than four, I think somebody has they were trying to get this out fast. Then 4 years after Disney Studio staffers Rhonda Rasmussen and Karen Moore first filed a complaint accusing the House of Mouse of discriminating against female workers by paying them less than men, attorneys for the duo and other women are today asking a California judge to allow them to turn the matter into a class action lawsuit. Hokey smoke. In a widely redacted filing that potentially on the potentially sprawling matter, plaintiff's attorney Lori Andrus and Joseph M. Sellers, Christine E. Weber, a DC-based Cohen, Milstein, Sellers, and Toll, figuratively seek to make up for lost time by cutting straight to the chase. Wow, this was put out rapidly. They did not edit this much at all. Disney systematically pays women in California less than men. This pay disparity is not based on legitimate factors. It is based on sex, with less than 1 in 1 billion chance it occurred in the absence of discrimination. The class as a whole was thus deprived of over $150 million in wages. Oh, wait. So there's going to be damages, compensatory damages, and goodness. Disney violated the Federal Employment and Housing Act, FEHA, because its common practice caused a disparate impact on women. It also violated California's Equal Pay Act, which does not require plaintiffs to identify the cause of the disparities because it pays women less for substantially similar jobs. According to plaintiffs, seek certification of a class of non-union female employees in California. I got to cough real quick. Whoop. Sorry about that. in California below the level of vice president, challenging sex discrimination in compensation at Disney on or after April 1, 2015. Why do you choose April Fool's Day? Anyway, the document goes on to add, only as a class can women at Disney address wage gaps and receive effective injunctive and monetary remedies. Injunctive relief to address systemic disparities is unattainable through individual actions, as the scope of relief would be limited to the scope of the violation shown, and an individual plaintiff would not obtain the breadth of discovery as a class. And as many class members are unlikely to bring individual actions. Whoo! Disney sees it differently, saying in response, it looks like the plaintiff's assertions about the alleged pay gap between women and men is simply false, which we will demonstrate through litigation, says Shauna M. Schwanson, Associate General Counsel and Head of Employment Law Function for the company this afternoon. Since the case began in 2019, Disney has sought to swat away or silence the initial plaintiff's claims of institutional discrepancy and move for back pay, lost benefits, and other compensation as an assortment of individual claims. Woo! If this goes forward, they're in trouble. Yikes. 28-page filing. Discrepancies about 2.5 less for women since 2017. There are 12,501 women employed at Disney in covered positions in the class period for an average of 4.38 years. Approximately, that's 151.6 million. Oh. Whoa. Talk about money you don't have to spend right now. Oh, man, the fun at Disney never ends. Well, at least for us in the commentary space, I don't know about for them. Doesn't sound good. Not good in the neighborhood. Speaking of which, we got, does this dress make my ass look big? For $2. Says, did you get the Phoebe Jeebies from the movie? Indeed. I'm tired of them actually trying to make her a thing. I really am. She's not a thing. She doesn't bring the boys to the yard, or even the ladies. It's going to be borne out. But I appreciate the $2 in the super chat. Thank you very much.
Wow. See why I only did $2? Huh.
Take a look at the super chat from DS Ford. All right. I don't see it. Was there a member chat that I missed? Help me out here. DS Ford, did you send a member chat? I'm looking. I don't see it. I saw one from Morgan King who suggested I braid my hair. The only reason a man with long hair should put his hair up. Only reasons, I should say. Number one, you're riding a horse. Number two, you're riding a motorcycle. Absent that, it's only appropriate when it is required for the performance of a job, like as an auto mechanic or something similar. But you don't put your hair up in public. If you have long hair, have long hair. If you don't, it is what it is. But can you put I'm not going to judge you unless you do, unless you do what Quarter Black does or Shags does or whatever. Then I'll just joke with you. But I appreciate it. I must have missed whatever came in from DS Ford. So if you could refresh that would be great, or just put it in the chat and I'll try to grab it. Did I miss anything else? Oh, wow. Here's a good question from Griffin. But what is a woman? How can Disney discriminate, when no one can say what a woman is? Ooh. I think a lot of these arguments are going to go away as they are just destroyed. This is going to be bad. This week's going to be crazy. This week in Disney Bleeds to Death, exactly, Office Girl. It's great to see you, dear. I love it when you're hanging out. Are you coming to another meetup? I know it's a long traverse for you, but it was fun to meet you in person. Rogue Thinker says, I doubt Phoebe added anything to the Bond movie. Not anything of substance, value, or in a way that made it any better. So there you go. Mean Bamhammer says, I'm convinced Phoebe Waller-Bridge's stick is fan rage. Well, she does a good job at it. Decepticons, Cave of Comics and Toys says, all movies this summer are trash. Well, I think Mission Impossible is going to be good. Based on everything I've heard from friends that have already seen it, going to be interesting. You know, there are times I'm on a coaster that I'll actually just put on a hat, like one of my famous OMGTC hats, right? Just put it behind my ears, and then if my head's back, it's not too bad. But I always carry a brush with me. I know that's weird, but when you have long hair, you want to keep it in good shape. There you go. I've been seeing censored super chats a lot lately, quite a bit actually. Very, very crazy. So it is what it is. Jonas J. Campbell is here for $5. My goodness, my friend. Thank you for being you, Culture. I only have to be me. I don't know how to be anybody else, but thank you, Jonas. I appreciate you. Jonas and I have mutual admiration because he has this great thing called Everything Woke. If you haven't seen one of his videos that is Everything Woke, you should. He's amazing. Does a great job. Not to mention the fact that he's a wonderful investigative reporter for That Park Place and a brilliant commentator here on YouTube and other video platforms in which he's featured. Plus, he's a good friend. So thank you for the $5 super chat. You, Jonas, you get one of these. You got one of these? Get one of...
Your kindness knows no bounds. Except for whatever $sign you chose to stop at.
There you go. And thank you again, Jonas. But we had another amazing, large, and generous super chat from the John Beck for $20. Thank you, the John Beck. The John Beck is awesome. Says, do you think the public will catch on that Iger is the cause? If we keep talking about it, maybe. If we keep addressing it with investors, maybe. If we start to weigh in the comment sections of major publications like the Wall Street Journal and places like that, maybe. Perhaps. We have a lot of influence that a lot of people don't talk about or think about because we are more powerful as a unit than we are individually. And we have people amongst us that have, millions of subscribers and all of that, to be sure. But when we all are cross-pollinating and talking amongst each other and we're working together, we're having our audiences do the same thing. So yeah, I think if with our influence, with our conversations, with our revelations, let's say, and let me tell you, a lot of great revelations happened at Bounding into Comics, That Park Place, Red State. I can go on and on. Post Millennial, hundreds of these places. I think a well-informed public that isn't getting filtered information through the corporate media, which is controlled by a handful of entities that only give you the things that they want you to get in the way that they want you to get them, then yes, I think people catch on. Iger has been the cause from the very beginning. And all of his little foot soldiers, lackeys, I call them sycophants, they've been in place for a very long time, including the entire crew over at Lucasfilm, which is going to be the Achilles heel of Disney for probably the next few months. This Indy failure is not good, and the stuff that's happening in Marvel isn't good. The fact that nobody's watching Secret Invasion, not good. And the fact that Disney is attacking the state of Florida, and as legal mindset, Andrew's been pointing out, they got trouble over there. They are on the wrong side of a lot of lose-lose situations that they themselves created for themselves, and all because of Iger and the people he put in place. Is it surprising to me that Latonda is gone? No. Lon was bad news for the company and demanded way too much power, and then influenced whatever power she did have in a way that really destroyed the company. And it's very easy to point towards neo-Marxism and the language of neo-Marxism within Disney and everything that they've put out. That's not a place you want to be. You don't want to, you've already aligned yourself with the communists, with the Chinese folks, And with your parks, that is a catastrophic investment. Could you imagine pumping $5 billion into a communist country, a socialist country, whatever you want to call China, which is really just an authoritative government at this point, whatever form or fashion? No. Anyway, back to your question. I want the crash to be so big so the poor performers all get the chop. And wow, that lawsuit. Yeah, it's not going to help, man. It's not going to help. By the way, it's great to meet you too. I've met many of you at events. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure, John, we've met. In fact, I distinctly remember. But yeah, I think people are going to catch on, especially if we keep saying it, which is again why I point people at WDW Pro with the physical representation at that park place. That's why I point to all these other creators that I follow, because they add to a conversation and inform my opinion, and hopefully I inform a little bit of theirs. So thank you for that, and here you go. I think you're a gold mine.
I see you have money. Want to take me on a date?
There you go. And our good friend Pilgrim Media sends a super chat for $2 and says, how are they editing? I don't know. This happened over on Midnight's Edge in the morning in real time. We saw two that were obviously done, just gone. They were yoink, see ya. I don't know how they did it. And I'm curious why they're doing it. Because it's revenue that they're denying. And from what I'm learning about what's happening with inside of YouTube, I don't know that they want to go down that road. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not going to attack them. I'm not attacking them. I'm just saying, they just basically turned off news links, local news links from Canada, just like Meta did the other day. I think all of the social platforms are going to do that. Canada's effectively isolating itself. Careful. That's the way it's revenue turned down. And I at this point in time, I wouldn't turn down revenue. I really wouldn't, unless it's like morally objectionable or illegal. Yeah, we met twice. See, very good. Yeah. Utter time. Stop. Utter time. Oh. Agenda. Well, maybe, but you can't afford agenda. I mean, who was pointing it out the other day? I think Tim Pool, and in reference to something that Jeremy Hamley put out, like he's going to do a live show now strictly on Rumble, right? All of his other stuff would still exist and continue to be produced, but he's going to move over to Rumble. You're fortifying your competition by doing silly things, I think. I could be wrong. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where your super chat went. This bothers me, DS4. James Markham says, Mission Impossible makes no less than $700 million. Jared, yes. In fact, I think this is the best shot this summer to be over $1 billion. I think I said so last night. I'm not sure if it was on WDW Pro Show or on Comics Division, because yesterday was a very long day, which came after very little sleep, because I was on with Anna on Infinite Talk with Nina Infinity. John talks, the lovely Miss Martin Muses, and Cecil showed up at a certain point, and then Chris Gore showed up at the end to try to defend his praise of RRR after Anna, in a very passionate way, really destroyed that film. You should go back and watch it. I think Nina reposted it. It's fantastic. Oh, you guys are so great. Totalitarian. Thank you, 11 Alpha. You are correct. It's more totalitarian than authoritarian. Yeah. So I think I'm caught up, except for the new super chat that just dropped in the back. Holy cow, it's from Victor Fontaine. For $9.99 says, Culture, happy Friday, and have a great weekend. It's a 4th of July weekend for me. It is for me as well. I'm very excited. I love this time of year. I'm a barbecue fan. 4th of July is wonderful. I like to barbecue, and I like to eat. I mean, who doesn't like to eat? And then, yeah, I'm pretty stoked. Pretty stoked. But I hope you have a great 4th of July. I hope we all do. I hope we all do. I hope we all benefit and prosper and enjoy. I think that's key. But thank you for the $9.99 super chat, my friend. I have to serve up one of these lovely, lovely humorous pieces for you. But here's the thing. I think you're cool. All right, very good. The message. That's right. So. Dalu says Rumble is definitely getting more usable, and it has a broad appeal. I wish I could grow an audience over there, but it's a lot of fun. Okay, so I'm going to say this. For whatever reason, Darcipio is not blocked. It's not blocked. I've looked at the names that are blocked. All of them are tied to like those bots that used to prowl around and promote, nefarious business and adult interactivity that isn't appropriate for YouTube. But I mean, I think I've only actually ever blocked anybody like once, and it's not Darcipio. So I don't even know. Yeah, and a nuked RRR indeed. So I don't know what's going on with that. It's crazy. You guys are amazing. Feliato, what did Anna say? She was not friendly to the film. Let's just say. I mean, seriously, this is 12 minutes of entertainment you don't want to miss, Feliato. So do check out Nina Infinity's channel and look at that posted video. And actually, the thumbnail is actually from the calendar that Nina's putting that Anna's putting together, that Star Wars girl's putting together right now. That's up for sale. I think that's over $70,000 worth of support. But she is featured as Barbie in the thumbnail, so you'll see it right away. And oof, let me tell you, wow. Dexter Morgan's like, for once, Anna was right. Wow. Oh, wait, I gotta refill. Hey, Hey, Joe Boo. No, wait. Hey, bartender, Joe Boo needs a refill. Yes, that's from Major League. Great film. All right. Sorry. Sip of water for the working man. This is orange flavored water. Delicious. Water is good for you. Drink a lot of water. Oh no, it's gonna rain on Canada today? That's no bueno. I hope it doesn't. I hope they're wrong, office girl. Seems like some of these people that are associated with weather, not actual weathermen, are wrong about planetary events. Let's put it that way. Like whether or not it's gonna rain, stuff like that. My mom used to call them weather guessers. I'm like, okay, I get it. What will I be barbecuing this weekend? Hamburger, brats, steaks, asparagus, potatoes. I don't know. I might saute on the grill too. We'll see. Yeah. Grim, otherwise known as Future. What's up? Oh, Radioactive says a super chat says, are you reviewing Sound of Freedom next week? I'm going to try to get to a theater that's showing it, Radioactive. It's really important, and I think it's an important film, and I will be seeing it. So, yeah. Rotax Hippie over on Rumble says, I thought it was Canada Dry. No, Canada Day. They have like a similar day that they celebrate, like Merca, that they're like a country. Canada Day. At least I think that's what they're supporting. I don't know. We support, like, kicking the redcoats out of here, but it is what it is. But anyway, so and I'm just kidding, Canadians. I love you, and I always, don't make me sing your national anthem. Oh, Canada. Yeah. Anyway, I'm not gonna do it. But Radioactive for $2 says, "Are you doing Sound of Freedom?" Yes. Yeah, I will. I will be trying to see that movie as soon as I possibly can. I just have to find a good theater that's going to have it. So, but thank you for the $2 super chat, and you get a troll.
Whoa, $2. You must be super generous for a Dutch person.
What, we'll have a coupon day or something.
And there you go. Looks like Nuke flavored water. Yeah. Nuka Corporation. I am not blocking you. I promise you, you are not blocked. I don't know what's going on. Now I'm going to go look through keywords next because I think that's the only other thing that could be happening. Okay? That's all. And I don't know how that would have happened. I'll go look for it. I don't like to block people. Water is wet. True story. The more you know. There you go. What are you barbecuing? All the things. I tried to barbecue. I was like, no chicken, not unless I'm asked. And the only people that would ask would be like my mom. So I love cooking though. Corn is great barbecued. Yeah, you get the aluminum foil. You just butter, real butter, not fake butter, real butter. Just rub it on there. Salt and pepper. Maybe a little garlic. Roll it all up on the grill. Fantastic. The trick is not to let the butter escape the foil because then you have fire. So, anyway. Merca. That's right, Tim. Merca. $2 super chat from JT Gunn. Late Night with Cap. Check him out. Guy's funny. Plus, we were in Vegas for the meetup. He actually won an award at the AVNs, I guess. And he was wearing a tuxedo when he showed up. So, hey man, how are you? You missed my member chat. Ha! I'm sorry. I didn't see it. I'm trying to look. You guys have to remember, I'm like looking at 5 chats right now. I'm a very bad person. Bad me. I'm searching. I'm searching. I'm way behind, guys. I apologize. Lord, I apologize. Hey, Tim Hayes in a member chat. I saw that one. It says, hail, CultureCasino, I'm 46. Congratulations to you, Tim, on being 46. Happy birthday. When was that? When was that? Just another red shirt sent a member chat saying, please grill a Fenway for me, Cece. Grilled hot Italian sausage, peppers, and onions. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, I have peppers. Whew, right now, I could go any kind of pepper. You want a salad pepper? I got it. You want jalapeno pepper, habanero pepper? You want red peppers, Thai red pepper? You want any of those peppers? They're back there. You want a bell pepper? Got them. You got, just amazing. It got Anaheim's. Yeah, from hot to sweet, doesn't matter. I got them. This is perfect time of year to do that too. July 1st is Canada Day. It's tomorrow. Well, all right. I hope it's fun. Yeah, I always say the word sorry. It's in honor of my Canadian friends. Ion face. Are you going to do it again? I love that bit. You got shadow banned from John De La Rosa's channel? How did that happen? How does that happen? I don't even understand. Canada Day is the birth of our nation. Thank you, Morgan King. That's cool. I tease my Canadians. Your raid specialist is here getting ready to launch a channel. Your raid specialist. Oof. Gonna be fun. And happy 4th of July, America. Thank you for that, Office Call. Thank you, Captain Phantom Nerd. JT Gunn, Late Night with Cap member chat, 10 months. Thank you. Says, hey, Culture, how are you? Well, I'm all right. It's all right. You said that twice, though. Love you guys. Today is my birthday. It's my birthday too, yeah. Congratulations, man. I did a happy birthday earlier. Rewind. Watch that one. Happy birthday, Tim, man. I love you. Thanks for being a good guy. Thanks for being here for so long. I appreciate you. Rob Altus had a birthday. I sang to Rob. Rob got a song. You only live twice. Or so it seems. I'm working on my channel art this weekend. Still waiting on my mice. Yeah. Again, those are going to be great. I think you'll enjoy that because you really just plug it into the bottom of your phone and you're good to go. What's interesting is both the connections for both kinds of phones are there, plus a C connector, which will make it so that you could actually plug it into a computer. I think you have to download software for it, but anyway. So yeah, Disney's burning. And I guess that was the subject matter for today. Indy's terrible. We have terrible films on the horizon. Oh, by the way, did you know that they're releasing a Disney movie here soon that you've not heard of? They're rebooting Haunted Mansion franchise as a film. Have you heard of this film? Have you seen advertisements for it? Do you know? No. Don't know. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. On that note, we got to wind it up because we got FNT. I think they probably just started a little while ago, so we got to get going. Starting to drop the audience. I want to say this. Thank you all for being here. You are incredible. Did I say that right? That's like French, right? For incredible. And we got so much more to go. So much more to go. I don't know if they're doing it. I don't know if they're rebooting it. I don't know anything about the film. I just know it's coming out soon. Disney's not advertising it. They could lose more than $1 billion this year in theatrical releases and are likely to do so. Do you imagine losing $1.3 billion in a year or more in theatrical releases? Disney does not have its thumb on the pulse of the audience. On that note, be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, wash your hands, of course, because it's good hygiene. And until next time, bye.
Press your button as we see it at this time, landing in about 1 minute.